Aloha, friends, and welcome to a very special interview with one amazing woman. We don't do interviews a lot, but when we do them with some severely amazing people, and Melissa is one of them. Melissa is one of Hal's patients. She completely transformed her life. If you don't know who Hal is, he is the owner of a Paradise for Parents, the assisted living homes.
We did an interview with him, and I'll put a link here to his interview as well.
How he's transforming healthcare into what it should be. And now we have Melissa here.
Hey everyone, we are on a little safari here in Africa, and I got a little friend right behind me here, eating some grass and some trees. He's not a carnivore, but if you are, it's great to keep your electrolytes up, and especially when you travel, if you keep your electrolytes up, it really helps. I actually personally find I don't go number 2 as often if I don't bring my electrolytes on along when I travel. I'll go 2 or 3 days without, but Element is great for travel. It's easy to pack. We really like it. And if you go to drinkelement.com, oh, watch out, /Keto Maria, you can get a free sample pack with order. So check it out, drinkelement.com /Keto Maria, and get a free sample pack with any order. So, Melissa, why don't you tell us a little bit about your story so that people understand what happened with you when you went to see Hal at Paradise for Parents?
And you were saying some really amazing stuff beforehand, so you can just keep talking, because we want to get started to record you.
My family, we had all been together for the first time in many years, and they saw how shaky I was. I was using a walker. I had developed a history for falling. In March, I fell and actually damaged. I tore a ligament, broke a bone. So these were getting worse and worse. Everything was escalating, and my mind was leaving me. I was having trouble carrying conversations. I had even put one of my daughters on my bank account. We were all concerned that I couldn't live on my own anymore. And my sister she loves other types of medicine than your traditional, and she found Hal. And it just so happened that Hal, his homes are within 10 minutes of both of my daughters.
Perfect.
And toured it, met with Hal. I agreed to do everything Hal told me to do. I agreed to the keto, which I had serious concerns about. I had actually been a vegetarian at some point for 12 years, thinking that was the healthy way to live, which of course it wasn't. Anyway, my body, I knew I had to do this, and so I came into Hal's home. The only expectations I had were that for myself, I would jump right in and do everything. Red light, sauna, hyperbaric, keto. Within a week, my gut, I had a gut rot all the time. My stomach was miserable. I didn't enjoy food anymore. I was just eating to hurry up and eat. It was like sawdust. And also clinically depressed for over 20 years on 3 meds. I'm now on 1. Keto has given me my memory back. My family is shocked and amazed. I've had a great support from my siblings as well as my daughters. They're amazed that I can carry conversations. I was able to just close my home up. I came back here where I live in Washington State. So I was gone for 4 months at Hal's house doing everything. And that means even the cold water shower after my son. And I agreed to do that in Arizona, but not here in Washington because it's too cold.
It's too cold
there.
But so I even had in my cart when I got home, I had the red light mask and the sauna blanket all ready and delivered now. And to continue these same treatments, I loaded up on supplements. My body absolutely loves keto. I feel sated all the time. I'm almost never hungry. and ignited a passion, creativity in cooking that I've had before in the past. And I spend probably 4 days a week in the kitchen, prepping.
Well, how did you find out about us?
Well, we found Hal. I moved into Hal's house, and within the first few days, I was exploring. There was a room that had bookcases and chairs and whatnot, and I found your books. And there was
Oh,
I was delighted, so I picked up the first one, Comfort Foods, and I jumped in. And it became a joke to everybody around the house that you could find my nose in a book, one of Maria's cookbooks. So
aw.
poring over those and memorizing and learning. At the same time, I was healing. And I had been there for 2 weeks when I realized that while normally I have panic attacks daily through the day, I hadn't had one panic attack.
Yeah, that's
Lifted
awesome.
the fog. It was gone. It's like I can see my mind working. When I took that last mental test and the score, when I went from 15 to 28 out of a total of 30, I was amazed.
Maybe we
Yeah,
can
Uh,
talk
so
more about what that means.
so let's talk about that. This is a cognitive test, correct? And on the cognitive test, I believe the range is 1 to 20 means dementia or Alzheimer's. 20 to 25 is mild, and then 26 to 30 is normal, right? So you started out at 15, which was well into the dementia range, right?
exactly. Yeah, I mean, everybody I dealt with, business-wise, my bills, all that, they all knew I was having trouble. Anyway, but um,
Do you have a family history of dementia or Alzheimer's?
And how far
um,
apart were
from complications of Alzheimer's, I don't
Uh,
have blood marker, is it, for
yeah.
Alzheimer's. However, I was functioning in the same way. And my body was raging with fibromyalgia and my osteoarthritis I've had since I was in my 20s. My inflammation is down by 75%. And
Wow.
um, I have more energy now at 70 than I did at 60. And
they? Yay.
I don't know what it's like to be an adult and not be depressed. So sometimes
Yeah.
I'm just so happy. And
Hmm.
Hal,
Good.
individual, I've worked with him closely and will continue to. And I have a passion for this whole thing. My life, this is a miracle. And before I went to Hal, I knew, I felt God telling me that this was going to be my miracle. And this, for me, was all out of pocket. So, and I'm not wealthy, and I have no money now. Uh, that was
Yeah.
my for my health. I
How
felt
far
like
apart? How far apart were those
Cognitive tests.
tests?
So the
they were
first one 15 to the last one 8.
4 months. From
Four
Four
the first,
months.
months. 4 months. That's
overnight,
unbelievable.
unbelievable. And with all the, we had, they have two amazing cooks. They have your cookbooks and recipes. And so, it's funny, I feel like I've already cooked in your books before I got home because
Oh,
in there and kind of getting away with the cooks and trying to help them and just learning
Uh,
ingredients and what's the way to go. And keto changed my life. I have carnivore
changed ours
days.
too.
Pardon?
It
Yeah.
changed ours too, for sure.
Yes. Yes. Oh, your story just blows my mind. I just think it's so amazing when I see these beautiful, healthy little boys, and it's just amazing. What we do for kids too. It's not just a condition or a time frame. It's a way of life.
No, it is a way
And
of life.
if it's okay, can we just kind of step through a few of the timelines just to understand? So the dementia was 4 months. Now, you talked about within a couple weeks, you saw some differences there.
And how long did you have the dementia, do you think?
Oh, I've been dealing with memory issues for about 5 years. And for the last two, it's just been stressful. I developed other, not necessarily good skills, but I found that I was interrupting people because I wanted to say it before I'd forget. And it's just, I can sit there and just feel my brain, the whole process is working in a healthy way. There's no short in between. And so my mind here, uh, I'm just happy. I've volunteered. I live across the street from a Swedish hospital. Um, I love to go and just be in that atmosphere. I have a past history in nursing, so uh, it's good for me. Also have an animal rescue not too far from me that I want to volunteer to with as well. Cougar Mountain. I've been in touch with.
I'm sorry. So step us through like some of the other things you said that have helped. So like the depression, like how long before you felt that sort of lifting, and with the fibromyalgia and arthritis, how long did that take?
Yeah.
Inflammation with the arthritis and fibro. That was in the third week when I realized, because it was very bad in my hands, and I realized that the inflammation was down. They weren't red and bothered looking. I was experiencing less pain and swelling, uh, and more fluid and motion with the fibro. My two main areas are the back of the top forearm and the outside of my hips for fibro. And it was minimum. I came back here feeling great. Symptoms of osteophyte were diminished incredibly to barely.
Awesome.
And I've spent so much time in the kitchen. I set up my keto kitchen. I budgeted for certain things so that I set my kitchen up for success. And
Nice.
decided to share this passion I have. I was talking to Southwest when I flew back, and she ended up calling Hal. Her father-in-law was experiencing. And while I was
I
there,
love that.
isn't it
I love
wonderful?
spreading the word, getting the word out. That's great.
Absolutely. And so I'm just finding out about some of these people in this keto carnivore field. And I've had my days. I know you actually shared my story in that picture of that steak. Hal before he cooked it, he was showing it to me like, look, here we go. And you know what?
Yep.
It's like you don't want a birthday cake, you want that. Yeah, that is what I So
That's awesome.
I have had no
Well, like,
cravings.
what's that?
I said I've had no cravings uh, for sugar
Nice.
or any carbs. I'm doing real well. In fact, my son-in-law well, right now it's a dirty keto, but he has lupus. He was just diagnosed. And I'm telling him, there's a story I just read. I know it can help you. So who knows?
We have a lot of testimonies.
Yeah, definitely can help.
Oh, amazing the things that you shared, the testimonies. It gives hope and inspiration to everybody. For
That's
those
why
who
we're
feel,
interviewing you.
yes,
Inspire others.
You are an inspiration.
Yes.
if my life can take this type of turnaround, anybody can. I was a mess. I was so shaky that I'd be at the cash register, people notice your hands. I was very self-conscious. I would forget the amount, even though it was right there on the cash register. I mean, there were a lot of things. And then injuring myself. And when I got there, I was within 2 weeks, I was using a cane. And at 3 weeks, I threw the cane. And I've been
Nice.
walking
I
around.
remember the story.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I'm sturdy. I'm not tremor, shaky. Uh, my siblings can't believe it, and I get to be with them for Christmas. So that's the first time in probably 15 years. There's 5 of us, and
What will
both parents.
Christmas look like?
Pardon?
You gonna be cooking for Christmas then?
Yes, I'm going to be making the cornbread, and I'm going to be making. I got a flavor. I don't know if it's going to turn out for potato flavoring. I was going to see
Huh,
if I'd do
Oh,
it cauliflower, but
yeah,
I got a tri-tip roast I'm going to make, and I'm going to have
nice.
smashed garlic and whatnot, and
Yeah,
I'm going to make caramel. Oh my goodness, the cheesecake.
nice,
I'm going to make that. So yeah,
nice. Good choice. Good
yeah, good
choices.
yes,
choices.
we do make it easy. Uh, who knew people raving? Now I still haven't done it, but the Wonder Bread, all these recipes you create where we don't feel like we miss out on anything. I don't feel like I
Exactly.
at all. And even though people like the results, my daughters love the way I've changed and everything. I actually had a daughter tell me, but Mom, don't swallow the Kool-Aid. Like, you've got to be kidding me. I'm committed. Like, why wouldn't I? I feel fantastic. And
Yeah.
I got my life back, except this is even better. My therapist
So are
can't,
your daughters eating this way?
are they what?
Are your daughters eating this way too?
My youngest is close, and she's
Close.
right now with her keto bread, those things, and I keep telling her so. But she's, you know what? They're headed that way, which is my sister has been asking her questions about your book Keto, and I think she's going to turn it around as she and her husband have issues, and why wouldn't you? We happen to have someone who at the same time she's lost 75 pounds and doing keto for a year. So
Perfect.
the family is turning more towards that. And that's exciting
Mhm.
too. Family gatherings, food. When we got together last time in spring, we had 2 huge prime rib roasts. And
Nice.
big carnivores, why am now? Um, but yeah,
That's
it's
Yeah, that is amazing. I mean, it's such a testament to what food can do,
yeah.
and animal proteins, they're loaded with vitamins and minerals. They're loaded with all these things the body really craves. The brain loves saturated fat because it's made of a ton of saturated fat, and that those ketones to fuel your brain, just it's amazing how that's just transformed your life.
Can I
It's
tell
really a
you
great
something
story.
though? Can I tell you something, Melissa? Like when we hear all of these families, like your families, like a lot of them are transforming and changing the way they eat. I have been eating this way for over 26 years now,
Hmm.
and we still cannot get our families to eat this way. Our parents do not eat this way. Our siblings do not eat this way. No. So it
that's,
hurts.
but we were
And
like
I don't mind if I do this.
vegetarian. When I think of, back then that was, oh, don't eat the skin on your chicken, egg whites only. And when I think of how I jumped into it thinking that was the healthy way to eat, and in fact it wasn't, um,
Yeah.
there's this movement for protein hamburgers and all this meat
Oh,
protein.
the
Oh,
fake
fake
ones.
stuff. Yeah.
We were made to eat animals. And yes, cruelty free and responsibly and all that, but we were made to eat them. And that's the way it works in nature with hunting and so on. I know you are funny. I
Oh,
love, was my favorite in PE, one of my favorites. So anyway, but anyway, I know you are, and kudos to you.
thank you.
Um, yeah.
Thank you.
So again,
And uh,
turned your life into a forum for people to have hope and promise and the future. It's it's wonderful, and you guys are available to everybody. It's just amazing. And facilitators on Facebook are amazing. Group of women, they are,
Well,
and
can I ask you then, was there anything hard about the transition? Was there anything, what was the hardest part? Because that's what people are like, I'm trying to wonder why people don't change, but I think they're afraid of it's going to be hard, or what was your fear? What was your hard part?
off the bat, my prescriber had recommended gluten-free, so I've been putting that off, thinking, oh man, I love rice, I love a lot of gluten. But when I went, I committed in such a way that I jumped in with both feet. That was exactly what I told Hal and my daughters. I will get everything I can out of it. I did the sauna every day, followed by the cold shower. I did red light twice, once the head and helmet, and then the face panel. So both of those once a day. We went for walks. I did muscle resistance training. We went for excursions to miles-long antique shops and just being active. The thought of going keto was the one thing I was not sure how I would do. I love rice, and I grew up in a Mexican family, so what do you mean I can't have pintos and tortillas and tacos or enchiladas, but discovering your book, and you have recipes for all of that. So
I do.
Yeah, we do.
yeah, so I now have 4, and sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Right now I'm pouring what I'm making today in my crock pot is the steak lime soup.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like
Nice.
before I put it on high for an hour, it was like, ah. So I'm enjoying my passion. You can still eat anything you want in a way if you want to.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
my body
you can.
loves it. I feel great. And the protein, who knew? I made up a recipe for a jalapeno popper casserole because I
Ooh,
didn't know.
yum.
So yeah, I made that the other day, and it was like, keto's great.
Aw.
That's
Well,
awesome.
Melissa, I think you were saying, did you say you have 4 of my books?
Yes, I have
Okay,
a
well,
couple.
I want to know which ones you have because I will send you the ones that you don't have. How does that sound?
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, that would
a
be
little
positive.
holiday gift to you.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I have a list of order. I have comfort food. I have restaurant favorites, the ketogenic kitchen, and the air fryer. Air
Okay,
fryer.
Okay.
we'll get you the other ones.
We'll get you some
Oh,
of them all.
We just need your address, so you email that to us.
I will. I'm just blessed beyond measure to even have this interview with you guys because I'm just so blessed to have found you and your way of doing keto. Um,
Thank
I
you.
have seen prospects here continuing working with Hal. I will be involved in this movement. Uh,
Awesome.
I'm on fire. So
You
you
are,
guys,
and you're doing amazing, and it shows the way you're glowing. And we just want to thank you for coming on and sharing your story and being an
Yes,
inspiration to so many people.
you are an inspiration.
thank you so much. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate the both of you. Your beautiful family has been a true inspiration.
I thank you so much. You're
Thank
very
you.
sweet.
You're very
Thank
sweet, and thank you for coming
Thank
on.
you for coming on. And yes, don't forget to give us your address so we can get those books to you, okay?
All right.
And thank
you
you,
so
everybody. What's that?
much.
And thanks, everybody, for watching. And keep inspiring other people and telling the truth about healthy food. Mahalo, everybody. When I was 16 years old, I was diagnosed with PCOS, acid reflux, depression, and IBS. Instead of taking those prescription drugs, I decided to change my life with food. Yes, food healed me,
and it's healed so many of my clients over the past 20 years of working with people. If you are interested in transforming your life, check out ketomaria.com. I'd be honored to help you.